What up, 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 do? Welcome to the BallHawk Show podcast. I'm your host, BallHawk. Appreciate you, boy. Yeah, man. Apologize for being about 7 to 8 minutes late, but your boy here, yo. We here. We're going to get this quick show in. You know, we got the Wahoos playing for the National Championship tonight versus Texas Tech, man. Of course, you know, we got to get into the call that people say they miss. You know, we'll talk about that, man. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for all the smoke. But we definitely got to talk about Antonio Brown. We got to talk about Russell Westbrook. Also, I'm telling you, I want all the smoke today. We got to talk about LeVar Ball. I'm telling y'all, this is why I should have named it I Want All the Smoke episode, but I know having AB name will attract more people to call in. If you want to call in, 760-695-1106. Facebook, YouTube, what's good with y'all? Let's get right into it. Yo, Snake, what's good with you? So, all right, man. Elephant in the room. We got to go ahead and talk about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has been very savage mode lately. First, it was Big Ben and the Steelers organization, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type stuff. Everybody understood his gripe with Big Ben and why he had an issue with Big Ben. I mean, I got an issue with him all you know, also. But now it's with Juju. Juju Smith-Schuster, the new replacement for AB. A kid that's very respectful, very likable out of USC. And AB went at Juju in response to a fan who basically, everybody's been implying that AB is jealous of Juju because he got team MVP. And I'm still trying to understand how they came to that conclusion unless AB just came out his mouth and said it himself. But here's my thing. All right, so let me give you a little synopsis or a little background on what happened. So I told y'all a fan came at AB with a 2018 Steelers most valuable player meme with Juju Smith-Schuster. And AB was basically like, the boy fumbled the whole postseason in the biggest game of the year. Everybody went blind. Too busy making guys famous. Not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list. Also, Juju came out and said that he had Big Ben was a great teammate, and AB basically was just like, you know, if somebody's still on their rookie deal, you really can't listen to what they saying, because basically they naive. They gonna, you know, you gonna politic, you gonna play the game. And then Juju responded after AB came for him about fumbling, you know, his life away. He tweeted, "All I ever did was show this man love and respect from the moment I got to the league. I was genuinely happy for him too when he got traded to Oakland and with the big contract. And now he takes shots at me on social media, ? And then he said, crazy how big that ego got to take shots at people who show you love, shaking my head. Oh, my fault. Let me put the number in YouTube right quick. So that's just a little bit what's going on. Now look, AB been on one. He been on 100 since before the season ended. All right. If your ass affiliate with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I advise you to shut the hell up, Juice, and not say nothing to Antonio Brown. I'm just being honest with y'all. I ain't taking sides. All I'm saying is I understand where Antonio coming from. Do I like that he went at Juju? Absolutely not. Do I think it's foul he went at Juju? Hell yeah, I think it's foul. But then again, you stood up for his adversary. So hell no, I don't think it's foul from AB. Hell no, AB. 5 shots at all them fools. Kill all they ass for coming at you, AB. They want to stand beside Big Ben. They want to stand beside a dude who be taking butts. Get him, AB. Get him. That's why I'm with it. Get him, AB. 5 shots at him, AB. Yo, Rock, what's good with you?
What's up, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. But you know, that's
how you doing the show on National Championship Monday?
Hey man, they wanted to talk about AB, so I gotta get the people what they want, man. I gotta get the people what they want. You know, I ain't want to do a show, but hey, I gotta get the people what they want. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about AB. Y'all know, and people know I rock with Antonio Brown. You know, one of my favorite receiver, my son's favorite football player. And do I like his actions? Me personally, I wouldn't have did it. But then again, I want him to do it. I do a radio show. I need something to talk about. So you goddamn right, I want him throwing shots. Why not? I can't believe
he got that classic story of, you know what I'm saying, you know how someone can be right, but you overlook them being right and just focus on their delivery.
Yep.
Like, I hate when people do that. Like, I don't care how a person deliver the right message to me, as long as it's the right message, you know. And I don't think AB has been wrong nowhere in this, because Ben already was doing that old F-boy stuff.
Thanks.
And then you got Juju coming off as a company man. And I hate when guys do not understand how their success is tied to others.
Yeah.
One thing about football, it's an ultimate team sport. If AB ain't out there demanding double teams, if 26 ain't in the backfield demanding safeties to walk down in the box, he gonna see this year coming up that, being the number one guy a lot harder than just, you know what I'm saying, being the third or fourth option. And now because I am a stud, I can get off on a third or fourth best guy. You see what I'm saying? Okay. We gonna find out what Juju really made of without a number one receiver to go with him.
Hey, so
and it's gonna really show.
That's facts. 443-220, you off mute, and then I think that's Darian, the other dude. What up, Darian?
Yes, sir. hey, man, we don't want to hear that Wahoo talk today, man.
I ain't giving you nothing. That'll be JaVale. That'll be
JaVale.
Hear you
crying tonight. Hey, man. All right.
Hey, but I want that energy, because this negative energy you've been sending our way been helping us. So keep it coming.
No, it's not real negative. Like, I want to congratulate. First of all, congratulations.
Oh, appreciate it. That's
congratulations.
Is that a backhand compliment? You got your fingers crossed?
You know, no, it's legit. Congratulations. Guys up there hit all his free throws like he was supposed to, like he did that shit. Not to hit no there. You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we all know the reason that Virginia won the game, though. And this is just real quick. The real reason that Virginia won the game, because BallHawk, you know what I'm saying, still got his NFL money. He still be going around campus and doing all these shows and stuff. I think BallHawk paid them refs. They swallowed that wheel for all games. And then last 1.5 seconds of the game, you know, BallHawk called it in. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I'm saying? All that rough, tough stuff. But let me get back with Antonio Brown, though.
Go ahead.
Antonio Brown, I feel like, I mean, it's out of pocket.
Yeah.
But when you, like what Brian Clark say, he said, you know, he told him ahead of time, when you pay him that money, you're going to create a monster. And all we're saying is pretty much is what it is. I mean, it's hard to go against him because he works so hard. And you see the production of him working the way he does. Like, it's kind of more so like a double-edged sword. But I think, go ahead.
But bro, like, I really want somebody to point out what it is AB actually done that wasn't justified other than the going live while coach was talking in the locker room. Like other than that, man.
All that is cool. But the thing with Juju, I think is kind of real out of pocket, especially for somebody that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying, pretty much looked up to him. Come on,
but
man.
you gotta look at how Juju doing it. Juju not coming. Juju being indirect. He being subliminal with it and indirect. Like if you sit up here and support Big Ben like that, like I just don't say anything. You see what I'm saying? I would have stayed neutral in all of this. Or I would have said, man, you know what, man? I love both of them boys. They're my quarterback. They're my brother at receiver. And I would have left it at that.
What do you want him to say? What do you want him to say? Hey, man, we ain't rocking with Ben Roethlisberger. Somebody's gonna throw to him.
No, I mean, he still has to do his job. Say that. But like when you go out your way to support Ben, you're undermining AB.
Undercutting AB.
You know you doing.
You're not even. I mean,
what do you want him to do?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. What do you want?
And that takes me to my point, because that's where I was telling folks, this ain't nothing but the 50 Cent Art of War. It's like if you're going to have the back of my enemy, then you are now my enemy. And like you said, Darian, he has every right to back Big Ben because Big Ben has never crossed him. Big Ben has never thrown him under the bus. So yes, to Juju, Big Ben is a great teammate to him. I'm not knocking that, but he jumped in the fray. You see what I'm saying? After Pouncey.
Thank you.
And when he jumped in the fray,
it's how many more players is on that team?
Well, I'm gonna need you a better understanding then.
Because no,
how do you expect him to react? The man just got there, literally.
No.
I'm not. But I'm not going to ask me about Ben and AB. I would have said, man, I'm not getting in between there because I love both of them guys. I leave it at that.
Here's the thing.
Ain't nobody be mad about
Here's the thing. If Juju was asked a question about Ben, like on a TV radio show, I'm all with it, and I don't think AB will have a issue with it. From my understanding, Juju just tweeted it out. I'm in support of Big Ben. He's always been like that. Was not even provoked. Exactly. He just threw it out there. So in the midst of this war between Pittsburgh Steelers fans and brass versus AB, the cancer that ain't worth the money, he's like, oh, so you a part of that too? I thought me and you. That's why AB shared that Instagram post about Juju being at USC, saying, you got any tips?
AB was gone.
I understand
he thought everything was squashed. Like, what do you expect him? Like I said, what do you expect the man to do to be like, okay, look, I'm getting ready for the season. I support my quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
So Darian, if me and you cool, right? If me and you cool, you my OG.
Mm-hmm.
You got an issue with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I go on social media and I essentially back up the person you got an issue with. You're not gonna feel. Now you may call me. Don't get me wrong. You'll probably call me behind closed doors. And I will admit the approach could have been better. But if you go on social media and support my enemy, then I'm gonna go on social media and give my rebuttal shot to your ass for supporting him. That's what I'm saying. It's 50 Cent. It's like if you're gonna go public and back somebody who essentially threw me under the bus, essentially has everybody like, oh, AB this, AB that. That's how AB's seeing it. I'm not saying you're wrong because I see what you're saying about Juju. Juju is innocent. Like he's doing right. And that's why AB said he threw a subliminal to Juju. It was like basically, okay, you playing the game because you still in that rookie contract, but understand what you're doing. Like you sided with him.
Mm-hmm. His time coming.
Because people gonna use Juju's name to say, hey, the new top receiver love him. So I guess it's on you, AB. Like they're gonna use Juju as ammunition, just like that troll did. Now, AB was wrong for how he responded to the troll in reference to Juju. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't like that. But I know who I'm dealing with too. If I'm Juju, I know AB. I know who the hell I'm dealing with. I know the shot coming. Exactly. As soon as he hit send, Juju had to know, oh shit, AB gonna fire at me. Damn.
Exactly. It's coming. He knew that. Hey, Darren, you said what did he have said? He could have said this. I can change up even more because AB gone, right? So you're really supposed to be focused on your team. I would have said this. Hey, man, Antonio Brown is no longer part of our team. I wish him well. I'm supporting my quarterback, you know what I'm saying, because we got to get ready for us. If he was just made about the teams or something, but he making that stuff, he making it personal. I think Juju knew, like you said, that AB was going to feel some kind of way about that when he was posting, man. You basically made it seem like that AB was the issue, and the evidence does not point to AB being the issue. We all saw, man, that Ben Roethlisberger throwing the man under the bus because he threw an interception to a defensive line. Talking about the route. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stuff dude was doing wasn't cool, bro. He constantly kept throwing jabs at that man in the media. Like, wasn't nobody else going to hear about it.
Don't know. Look, AB in the situation. That's why I called him the new TO months ago. AB's in the situation to no matter what he does performance-wise, he can have just as many touchdowns, just as many yards. The narrative they're gonna have for him is your ass still losing. He's in a no-win situation, period. I'm telling you, AB could be first team All-Pro, lead the league in receiving yards. The Raiders could go to the playoffs, but if their ass don't win a Super Bowl, he still seen as a damn loser, and he gonna lose, period. Point blank. Like, he at the point that you gotta just take your shots because he ain't comfortable. He can't go nowhere and be loved. And people always say, well, you make all this money, it shouldn't matter. Like, dog, everybody want to be loved and respected, especially when you making hella money. It ain't nobody feeling they're getting paid and going out and people still revere you. And right now, he ain't being revered. So right now, he going to take everybody in the sunken place with him. And people calling him a hoe, and I get it. But when your ass hurt, you like, F it. You just like a person we call hoe. They don't care about nobody but themselves, right?
Yeah, but to feel some type of way because somebody won an award amongst the team.
I don't. But is that true?
Something like a mistake that he made, like he won't OG, like
is that
like
true?
OG won't like never young coming up.
Is that true though? Is he really mad about Juju getting the MVP? Is that true?
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's mad, but he shouldn't. Why even bring that up? Is what I'm saying.
No, a fan brought it to him.
Like,
a fan sent it to him.
Why attack that angle?
A fan sent it to him to throw it in his face, and he was in his feelings. You know, he was sensitive, and his ass hit send, and you can't take it.
All these athletes are sensitive nowadays.
I don't even think they're sensitive, bro. This how we wired. Like, we don't take kindly to nobody attacking what we do for a living. If somebody called me a bum, you could be in the 6th grade, and you was a bum. I'm gonna be like, little dude, what you doing? That's just your first response.
I get that. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Blaze, what's up with you, dog? I think that's Blaze just called in.
What's going on, partner?
What's up, man? I know you got an issue with. I want to hear your side because you really just, you was blunt like he a hoe. That's all I got to say. But what's your angle on AB, fam?
Man, you know how I feel, man. That man is doing whole jack team. Like, I think the thing is with him is he craves attention, right? Yeah. He craves hella attention. And now being that, out in Pittsburgh where he loves to play at, he ain't the man of the hour no more. That nigga, you feel me? Excuse my French. No, you good. He mad because it's Juju time, you feel me? And he just want attention.
But that's what I'm trying to get to. Who created this narrative that he mad, like he jealous of Juju being in the spotlight? I can see the other stuff, but I'm just
okay. I don't think it's necessary he's mad because Juju in the spotlight. AD is an attention whore, bro. He loves the attention. You feel me? And he got that KD skin. You feel me? You responding to trolls, bro? Like, seriously?
I'm guilty
you
too.
Giving that effort and energy.
I'm guilty.
I mean, we all
but that's the same thing that makes him great, bro. I'm telling you that's what makes him great because he's passionate
why is the
about
energy,
everything.
Why is that energy different when it's Kevin Durant doing it? If you don't like Kevin Durant doing it, y'all, you feel me? You can't just bash AB for it.
Oh, I love.
Well,
Y'all know
Kevin
me.
Durant actually had a burner account
I
where
love
he said all
anybody.
that extra stuff he said.
Yeah, I love anybody going at
It don't
anybody.
be bothering me.
But I see what you're saying, Blaze. I definitely see what you're saying. If you're not a fan of KD, you shouldn't be a fan of AB because it's hypocrisy. They do the same thing.
I agree.
No, you absolutely right with that. And I know you're not talking to me. I know what you're
the
saying.
way I see it too. Yeah, the way I see it is, you know, I guess I don't know what y'all said already, but
no, go ahead.
It seems like AB coming with that 56 ideology, like you feel me? You got your energy. You cool with my enemies.
Yep.
Well, you know, that's you then. You feel me? That's just how you feel. You feel me? Because you know him and Ben don't really like each other, but I don't. You know, that's been brewing for a while. But to me, it's just still hoish. Like, you know, the back and forth, whatever. Even the troll thing didn't make me mad. It's what he did today, bro. Like, you won't put up a screenshot. Like, that's female activity.
I didn't like that.
That crossed the line.
I didn't like that.
Oh, hey. So what happened was he put a DM from when Juju was in USC.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, bro, I look up to you, bro. What are some tips? What are some things I could do to make my game better? You know what I'm saying? Oh, like in a nutshell. And
but that makes me mad because he did the same thing to Chad Johnson. He hit up Chad Johnson like, how can I make my game better? Working with Chad Johnson 3 times in a row to perfect his craft.
So what? That's supposed to be a shot at Juju or something?
Yeah, because
I guess
so
he made himself look bad on that.
it was a response to
Juju.
So it's a response to Juju
saying, just like they said, congratulations for playing yourself.
Yeah, Juju put up a quote from Mark Twain 7. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. So AB responded basically like, I'm a fool.
Cold,
so I'm a fool, but you basically like you look, you know what I'm saying, you looked up to me type thing. But then again, it still make them look bad because like everybody's saying, that's a direct message. That's something that's candid that this young man is showing you. Like that, as the OG, that's when you pull back being the older person, hit his line and be like, look, fam, you're an innocent bystander. Like you sided with Ben, he my enemy. You elevated him, so that's going to be a detriment to me because they're going to use your name to say, well, Juju was siding with Ben, he must be okay. That's when you had that conversation. I didn't like the Instagram post from
that's what triggered me, Hawk, because it's like, you feel me? What's wrong with another man reaching out to another man?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? I support you. How many times have I hit you up and said, yo, Hawk, well, what you think I should do with this and that? Yeah. And then say we get into a little debate and then you screenshot my shit. Like that's what made me look dumb. Corey, like you feel me? That reached out to me. He reached out to you, man to man, and you go screenshot and stuff like a female. That's whack, man. That's real hard.
AB should have called and said, look here, man. I know you doing whatever you got to because this is the way the game go. I mean, you still on that team. You can't throw the man on the bus. You ain't been paid yet, no none of that. I understand. But, bro, when you do this publicly, it makes me feel like you going against me. You know, because I don't believe that Juju and AB had an issue with each other before this.
No, you know what I'm saying? It surprised Juju.
Social media, man.
It surprised Juju.
It's something that went too far.
It surprised Juju. AB was hurt, and he tried to make Juju hurt.
It's sad. People don't know how to be men no more. Just pick up the phone and have a conversation like a man. You know, say back in the day for social media, you got a problem with your homeboy. You don't like what's being said and all the rumors. You pick up the phone, you call him like a man.
Yep.
You feel me? You talk like a man. Now y'all screenshotting, arguing over social media. And even still to this day, if me and any of my boys got a problem, I'll address you man to man privately. I don't need eyeballs in the audience to talk about this, and that's why it's getting taken out of hand, man. People too quick to jump on social media when they got a problem.
No, that's a fact.
Well, I can. Social media is so dangerous, bro, because what you can't take that stuff back because what you do is you put people in, and that's what they're doing right now. You put people in defensive mode because they know everybody else has seen this, everybody else has heard this. I gotta defend my name.
No, that's fact. It just amazed me how you got people in these media talk shows who got an issue with AB and how he went to social media and how he acting. And I'm sitting there looking at them like, but fool, this is why you get paid. Like, that's why you on a TV show. You act just like AB. Like, real talk. Like, let the people who don't act like them.
Shannon Sharp tried to go on that big tirade. I'm like, Shannon, you was just like AB when you played. Shannon social media. Shannon would have been all over that.
Oh,
hey, Hawk. Yo. Since we're talking about the whole social media thing, you mind we could segue on something real quick?
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what your thoughts are about these OGs coming on live and trying to check Kodak for the stuff that he did.
That's the same way, like, man. Hit that man.
Just what your boy was saying. What your boy was saying. Like from coming up, when anybody does something, Rabbit did something stupid, my dad, it won't just my father. It takes a village to raise a family, right? Yep. So my dad always had friends, and they will always check me on stuff that you know what I'm saying? They would pull me to the side like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? This. Even when I have issues with, even with my family, you always have those friends or those OGs that come and tell you like, hey, man, what you did was wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you got these dudes doing everything.
I got something to say on this.
It's stupid.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rock. So this is what happened. Kodak said something slick about Lauren London being a true widow now. Basically, like she open season, like implying in a jokingly way because he's young. You feel what I'm saying? And he liked the way she looked. T.I. in the game.
He wasn't joking though.
I mean, but he's young. But you see how I'm giving him a pass because he's young. You feel what I'm saying? So T.I. and the game pressed him, checked him on social media, and it goes back to what Blaze was saying. It's like, yo, if you're a true OG of the game like me, I would have say, yo, what's his contact? Let me holler at him. Let me go, because Kodak not gonna listen to you coming at him on social media because you hot dog you get one up on him. Because if you come and apologize, you looking like a bitch. Like even when he apologized, you see how he kept saying was, I don't feel like I disrespect her, but I'll apologize. Because he ain't looking like a bitch framing it like that. He's just doing it to appease some sensitive people.
You know how bad that makes us look as a people too? That makes us look worse. Like just how we deal with stuff. Like, come on, man. It's just, I don't like being looked like a clown, bro. And I feel like that's how folks starting to look. Like, you already took our culture. Everybody already got black folks in our culture. And then, you start seeing people doing this stupid shit. That's like, come on, man. I don't know. That's just how I feel, bro. That's crazy.
Go ahead, Blaze.
One of the OGs actually, you feel me? My boys checked in. Phone call to phone call, you feel me? Just because, I got people in ATL who kind of know what happened. But pretty much from what I was hearing, they said Jeezy called them and was just like, yo, bro, like that's not it. He's like, I know you ain't fully mean to disrespect Nipsey and stuff like that, but this ain't the time to joke around. And what it is it's just the younger culture is fucked up, bro. Like their mental thing is thinking, like they think everything is a game. Because even when my nephew was like, when I be trying to make him train and get ready for ball, and they both good at ball, they want to joke and play. And it's half of it's part of social media. Everything is a game. Everything is to do stuff to get attention and like. But from what I heard, I don't know if it's fully true or not, but my man was like, Jeezy picked up the phone, called him, broke it down to him like, yo, this is why people mad. Like, you can't be saying stuff like that, especially for Nip. It's mad early. He touched a lot of people, even if you didn't know him. This wasn't a good move for you. And the fucked up part was, he was like, this is the same man that told everybody to go out and buy your album, my nigga. So, like, this why it's a bad, something like you trading on him. I mean, when all that man did was show support to you. And even when Kodak was all locked up and shit, Nipsey went up there to visit him. Put some wisdom in his hair. Like, yo, you behind these walls ain't helping nobody. You feel me? Like, use your platform. And that's the main thing that I fuck with Nipsey for. He always told people, if you got a platform, use it for positivity. Especially if you a black man and, we already got this bad look on us, as far as we don't never give back to our own and stuff. You got to start putting positive shit so, we can get ahead of the game. And this is why a lot of people was mad, you feel me, over that Kodak stuff. But, from what I heard, Jeezy picked up the phone and called him. But even citing on what my man was, like, T.I. starting to really piss me off because
talk about it.
He's getting on live, calling the niggas out. He called the young boy yellow, breathe out, and all this other shit. But I'm like, my man, it's shit that had happened in Atlanta. You didn't do shit about it. So who are you to be calling, telling other people what they need to do? Talking about,
Yeah,
oh, I need to go
man,
wild on them.
I've been told that he had to transition to something else because the rap thing was over with for him. So that's why, like, people be trying to make it seem like, man, they hard in the right place and they did say that. Nah, man, that shit be on the other shit. You saw how he pulled with the Gucci thing. Let's boycott for 3 months. Get the fuck out of here. Like, shit like that, bro. Like, these folks be on their own agenda.
That was the weakest dance in
3 months.
America.
Like, that pissed me off with T.I. right there.
3 months.
How you gonna boycott for 3 months?
Damn, 3 months. The hell? 540-729, you're on mute, man. What's good with you?
What's up, Harv? How you doing, baby?
What's going on with you, dog?
Hey, man, maintain, trying to stay focused and humble for, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, man. You changed your number or something? This is a different number.
Nah, I'm calling from my cell phone instead of the house phone.
Oh, all right. I was like, because I would have gave you an introduction because Darian up here firing shots at you already.
I said congratulations. I ain't fine.
No, the hell you did. No, the hell you did. Your mouth said congratulations, but the tone was not congratulatory.
No. I'm calling for the state. Most of the time, it's the 972 number. That's the house. That's the house phone.
All right. Hey, so JaVale, go ahead and get to it, man. We talked about AB. We transitioned to Kodak because it kind of makes sense about how AB should address, Juju behind closed doors since he was an OG. But what's your thought with this AB versus Juju situation, bro?
I mean, my point is, man, I feel, oh, bless you, that's baby girl, I'm sorry. I feel that his stance that he had on the upper management and ownership, that big band, I feel that was accurate, you know what I'm saying? I really feel that was accurate. But when it comes to Juju, man, this man, from all accounts, from what I have read and what I have seen on, between social media and sports, television, Juju has been nothing but, gracious to Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's never said anything negative, anything derogatory or wrong at all. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that I can see or feel that he's upset with is because after AB came out, and said what he said about Ben Roethlisberger, Juju had nothing but praise for Ben Roethlisberger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel that Antonio Brown took it as a shot at him, you know what I'm saying, for not backing him. And when it comes to the situation of they play the same position and the Steelers are maybe the best team at drafting wide receivers over the past 20, 30 years, not even over the past 10 years, but as an organization, as a whole, they have done an amazing job of drafting wide receivers in the late round. Antonio Brown was a 6th or 7th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. And Juju, over his first 2 seasons, even though AB has been in the league 10 years, over his first 2 seasons, and I understand that AB was, he had a lot to do with Juju's success. But if you compare those first 2 years, that's why the Steelers were willing, to let AB go for as little as they got back for him. Because Juju's first 2 seasons killed Antonio Brown's first 2 seasons. And it's not even close. And Antonio Brown had decent Hall of Fame receivers on the Steelers his first 2 seasons. And I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean,
not the receivers of his caliber, though.
No, not of his caliber. You know what I'm saying? But as we talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger have won a Super Bowl without Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell. So when it comes to the upper management and Ben Roethlisberger as a player, as a diva, as an alpha, as being the quarterback, he feels without. So I don't need you. And I mean, and we can always say that it's team, this, and the third, but everybody
everybody feels it's and Hope you would be able to say this better than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe your man Rock. When it comes to professional athletics, everybody kind of has a demeanor about themselves. When you think you are, you know what I'm saying, you are the shit, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to the quarterbacks in NFL. Like, Ben Roethlisberger really doesn't care that Antonio Brown, over the past 6-7 seasons, has been the number one receiver. He feels that he has been the number one receiver because he is a top 5 or 6 quarterback over that same time frame. And he has multiple Super Bowls without Antonio Brown. And I think that's the biggest reason that the Steelers were ready to move on from Antonio Brown and didn't cave to Le'Veon Bell, because they have won without them. They haven't won anything with them as far as a championship. And they have won multiple championships without them, and they have won multiple championships with Ben Roethlisberger. So I think that's the biggest thing.
I got you. 44908, you off mute, fam.
What's up, man? What's up with y'all? It's Nas, man, down here in Atlanta.
What's good with you, dog?
Man, look, I'm kind of glad I'm a basketball guy first, because like the football mentality, man. Like at a certain point, I don't even know how y'all go for it to a certain degree, man. The football, especially old school mentality, is everything. You give all credit to the quarterback, and when things go bad, you blame everybody else, all the parts around it.
Yep.
So Big Ben has been in decline for the past 3 years. So the problem has been Ben, who is untouchable. It's in that building. Tomlin can't check him. Nobody can. So you see people start to kind of lash out against Ben, and Ben's answer was, "The hell with you." And the organization stood behind them, and I think they're going to regret that. Like, you can't keep downgrading talent and thinking that you just going to roll a 7 every draft. Like, that's not how it works. So, yeah, Juju got to eat off of AB's plate. Now he has to make his own plate. So we're going to see if he's a legit number one receiver. So, yeah, he's going to get targets. He's going to get value. But when we talk about Ben's bad ball placement the last 2 years, his high turnover rate the last 2 years, and you talk about being without Le'Veon and Antonio, like, we're going to see, man, because they told us this same song and dance last year. Oh, we don't need Le'Veon. We got a backup that's just as good. Our O-line is just good. How'd that work out when it was coming down to the end of the season and Buddy couldn't make plays in the passing game and they ended up not making the playoffs? Like, a lot of this stuff, man, football-wise, football is stuck in the old school mentality where they think the quarterback does everything and gets all credit. And I'm telling you, man, times are changing and people are realizing these quarterbacks are capped albatrosses unless you're talking about the top 5 guys. And the moment you stop playing up to that potential, they got to get rid of you. Otherwise, you're gonna end up limiting your talent elsewhere and be a lesser team. But yeah, man, this Ben boy, man,
he hit a lot of great points right there. Right, you wanted to chime in?
Yeah, what he said was perfect. That's the reason why I can't put all his blame on AB, because it's not just about AB. They did this shit to Le'Veon. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, and then at being threatened to retire on them folks and everything, y'all still backing this dude that's playing games with y'all like this. You're going after everybody on the team, but y'all gonna still try to build it. This dude old. I can see if he was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, that might be another situation, because, you know, the NFL is built around the quarterback, but dude's gonna be retired, so he ain't gonna have no choice. The game.
He getting a new contract though. He's trying to work on a new contract now.
Crazy.
So here's my thing about Ben. First of all, JaVale made some great points. The one thing that does give me cause to pause about the Juju and AB situation is, you know, if Juju jump out there and have the back of Big Ben, but AB is a dude you look up to and you analyze in a figurative sense, but you know you pay attention to. You've been you spend all those times in the meeting room, right? You're in the position groups together, like that's a bond, and you have a clear understanding that when it's that rip between Ben and AB was real because Ben threw him under the bus on a radio show, and for Ben to say, you know, and I tell AB this to his face, me and AB good friends. That's how I know it was a bunch of BS, because if you my homeboy, I'm not gonna out you over the radio. And then if Juju and AB was really cool, or if Juju knew AB like he said he did, he would know, dog, you shouldn't publicly side with Big Ben because AB 50 Cent right now. Like, you the game. He gonna kill you now.
How you know?
Why does it matter?
When practice let out.
Hold on.
When practice let out, them boys, AB and Juju left together a whole lot of times and were still hanging out like we all do. In certain positions, we hang together, especially Skip. He wasn't going to hang with no Big Ben, no nothing. So they knew each other very well outside of football.
Yeah. Go ahead, JaVale.
That hurt AB.
Damn right, I heard him. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, JaVale.
I mean, why does that matter though? Yo, why should that hurt him because of what Juju said? Juju is a second-year player.
No, I'm gonna explain to you why.
I mean, but that shouldn't. No. You should leave personal feelings out of that.
Whoa, wait, JaVale. I don't agree with that. If me and you spend time together, right? Me and you spend time together, and we on the job together. And like Rock said, so I'll give you a perfect example. Me and Rock always played Halo. We went to the movies. We ate. We like all the time. We hung together. That's my homeboy, right? If Rock have an issue with a dude, right, and I come publicly and I support the dude he has an issue with, you don't think it's gonna be vitriol that your own homeboy even back this dude? So it's gonna back Rock in the corner.
Okay. Again, if I understand that, hope, but if you were on the same team, yes. If you were on the same team, yes. But Antonio Brown had already signed with the Raiders, so now Juju is looking out for himself.
Okay, that's fine. And I agree.
And now Ben Roethlisberger is his quarterback.
Right.
That's fine.
And he's the number one receiver.
Hey, and that's cool. You're exactly right, JaVale.
Let me say this though.
Hold on, let me just say one thing. Go ahead.
Right. Let me split the difference on this because y'all both right. Yeah, Antonio felt like Juju was disloyal for what he did. He felt like that was his homeboy. Yeah, somebody in the background chilling.
Hold on, let me see which one.
What you doing?
Oh, that was Darian. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you feel like that's your homeboy. You feel like there should be some loyalty there. Yeah. So AB felt he was wrong, but that's a private conversation. AB could have called, cussed him out, and then they worked over it. Now, on the Juju side, you're a second-year wide receiver. You haven't even got close to seeing your big deal yet. You got to play the company line publicly.
Yep.
So that's what he was going to do, too. So, yeah, both sides have some wrong in this. But, yeah, I can't blame one or the other on this because you can see where both had an argument.
Yeah.
You'd be like, man, don't mess up my money. I'm out
exactly.
Here. And Antonio, you killing my reputation.
Yeah, I agree. But Antonio Brown took it personal.
He should.
He made it seem like, well, why?
Because that's your boy. Hey, JaVale. It's his friend.
Everybody makes
they friends.
But no, he hasn't taken him under his wing publicly. Like Juju came out publicly and said, I respect him. I look for his guidance. I mean, it's been on multiple media outlets.
You make it sound like if you don't announce publicly, like it
exactly.
So what I'm saying, no. I'm not saying that.
So you saying apologize?
Antonio Brown got upset because he got upset. Until Juju came out and took up for Ben Roethlisberger, it wasn't an issue.
It's not.
When Juju took up for Ben Roethlisberger,
it was an issue. Why? Exactly. Yeah. Because he took up for Ben. Why? He took up for his biggest adversary. That's why. You fool now. You're my enemy.
But this Juju
JaVale, me and you cool. JaVale, me and you cool. And you back my enemy on social media, me and you have a problem. We are. We're going to have a problem.
No, but
that's what AB said.
I'm talking about, but what you always come back to is the financial aspect, and when it comes to making a living. So Juju was looking at it. Hey, Antonio is gone to the Raiders now.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong about that, JaVale. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying to you is this. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is this, JaVale. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm putting you in the mindset of AB. So if we're going to say Juju was in his right for backing Ben, AB was in his right for treating him like food now. You are food
why
now.
does AB even have to talk on that?
Because
he comes out and says, well, if a player hasn't got paid more than once or twice,
because
he shouldn't be talking.
Yeah,
like,
he's
a grown man. He's a grown man compared to Juju. It's almost like you being 40 years old, coming at one of the freshmen on UVA squad in the next year or two.
If they come at me publicly, he came at AB publicly.
No.
But he did something where you felt like was disloyal.
Yeah, you felt. Yeah,
let's be real about this.
Yeah,
let's be real about this. In 2 years, these dudes are gonna be taking pictures at the Super Bowl talking about
this year they are
back together, still cool. Like
this year they are.
Small thing that's gonna blow over time, man. But shout out to Antonio Brown for coming up with the greatest way to get traded ever. He said, I'm going to act crazy as hell. I got my mustache blonde.
Oh, my God.
I lower the value.
Hell yeah.
And y'all better trade me.
Hell yeah.
Greatest negotiation tactic ever in football.
Hey, so what I do, you know, because I'm at work like 2 or 3 in the morning. But by the time I get off by 12 or 1 in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying, all the
first
shows. Takes and the you know what I'm saying? But I record them. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, you know what I'm saying, I watch them every afternoon.
Yeah.
So my thing is when what happens if after week 5 or 6, if Antonio Brown steps on the field and every team who plays the Raiders double or triple teams him every time and makes David Carr go to somebody else? Because I don't feel David Carr is
they're gonna kill AB.
Roethlisberger.
They're gonna kill AB.
Wait a minute.
But AB is gonna come out. AB is gonna kill. AB is gonna kill.
No. But here's my thing, JaVale. The narrative is gonna be built. Nobody's gonna see how you framed it. Nobody's gonna frame it. They're not gonna say he's being double and triple team. They're just gonna say his number's not good. They're not gonna, because that's gonna tell too much truth.
Okay, right.
I agree with that.
So I feel that's gonna happen.
The Raiders don't plan on being good right now. The Raiders are waiting until Vegas. That's why Gruden got the contract. That's why they got all those picks. Like, no, they're not gonna be good. Like,
Gruden, I agree with you, bro. But Gruden and the Raiders feel that. Antonio Brown doesn't feel that.
He's a competitor. They're not. That's a competitor. You're not.
Season tickets.
Yeah, you're not
selling season tickets.
He's still gonna compete. Like, you still gonna compete. Anybody on a bad team still gonna be mad they lost. You gonna know you suck, but you still mad you lose.
Old, right? He's 30 years old.
He's 30.
So by the time they move to Vegas in 2 years, he's gonna be 31, going on 32. It's a different Antonio Brown that we've seen the past 5-6 seasons. It's totally different.
Hey, the point. What was the point of Antonio trying to get traded, JaVale? What was his goal?
Paid.
Did he get paid? Did he get paid?
Did.
So that's all.
Yes, he did. I agree. I mean,
he knew.
And you know what's crazy? That's like guys like Antonio Brown. See, this was me. I be trying to look deeper into stuff. They like to shush us, right? But they can't shush us unless we help people shush us, right?
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is when you got a guy, like when you get a contract, like look at Odell Beckham, for instance. That man outplayed the shit out their rookie contract, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Ain't nobody trying to give you no money for that. But when you get your deal and you don't perform up to your deal, they ready to cut you.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is when you have other people that speak out on other people's money, like, man, you don't need to be doing this, you don't need to be doing that. Y'all put people in a box and you make it bad for the next person. Antonio Browns of the world are actually good for the next kid coming up. You see what I'm saying? Because he's gonna make it where you can get your work.
Yeah, here's the one thing.
I agree with everything you saying, Rock. But I agree with everything you saying. But when you look at it in a vacuum, and to me, NFL is different than any other
90 seconds
because it's only 4 teams in a division. You look at the AFC West. The Chargers are the youngest and the best team. Okay, I'm sorry, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And you got the Chargers. The Chargers have the oldest quarterback, but other than the quarterback, they have the second youngest team up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have the Broncos, who are hit and miss because
they old.
before
John
Patrick
Elway is
Mahomes.
horrible.
Just listen to my point though. But when it comes to all four teams in the division, the Raiders are the worst.
Yeah.
Even with Antonio Brown, the Raiders are still the worst team in that division.
Yeah.
That man by himself is not going to change anything by himself.
We seen what we
I don't
we
think
seen.
that's
going to change.
I don't.
He expects to put up numbers and lose. I don't think he's.
I mean,
looking at
as of right now, as of today, you're right,
With
JaVale,
that
but we
being
don't know with the
said,
draft and stuff.
That still doesn't change the fact that he was not wrong in doing what was
Yeah.
in that situation.
I think that's getting lost.
Let me add a major point to what you just said about football contracts. When you talked about getting your money, you're setting the floor and you're also setting the ceiling when certain people do what they do for their money. Tom Brady actually does a disservice to other football players in the NFL.
Exactly.
When he goes,
He does a disservice.
I'll take a little less. Let me finish.
That's a disclaimer. That's a disclaimer.
Let me
Because
finish.
Tom Brady is the only person you can say that for because his team is the best.
First.
No, because that's
finish.
not
Hold on, let him
fair.
finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
You can decide if it's fair or not. How you gonna
He said no.
it ain't fair? Now
It's not.
here's the reason why it's actually fair. Because then when the best player on the best team doesn't set the market, it sets it up where a marginal quarterback comes and sets the market. So Kirk Cousins gets all the guaranteed money, sets the market where he does, and now when Kirk Cousins doesn't perform, then NFL teams say, see, you're paying way too much for that, and then it hurts everybody else's money. You want the
But
market
Tom
set by
Brady,
better
Tom
players.
Brady is a
That's bad
generational
thing.
quarterback. Tom Brady is a generational quarterback with a generational coach, and you cannot compare Tom Brady to any.
He's not comparing him.
No, you can't do that.
He's not comparing him. He's not.
Missing the point.
He's not
No, you
comparing.
can't.
You're missing
I'm
the
not
point,
missing the
Coach.
point.
He's not
Because
comparing.
You can't compare
Bro,
Tom Brady.
Tom-
You can't compare Tom Brady and him taking less money
JaVale.
to any other quarterback.
JaVale,
You can't do that.
JaVale, yes, JaVale, you're missing this
Yes, you
point.
can. I'm gonna tell you.
It is hurting the market, JaVale. That's why
you why you can.
That's why all quarterbacks applaud guys when they get money because it helps
Wow.
their negotiation.
Because
Exactly.
because if
Hey.
Tom Brady was on any other team other than the Patriots, he wouldn't do that.
JaVale, let me
Tom
JaVale.
Brady,
JaVale, let me give you an example.
Tom Brady a fuckboy. I'm gonna tell you why Tom Brady a
Y'all
fuckboy.
ahead.
y'all try to
I'm
act
gonna tell you
like
why he a
I'm the first
fuckboy.
on this
I'm not
shit.
saying you
This
don't.
is black.
Oh,
If Tom
man.
Brady
Hey,
Tom Brady was on any other team, he wouldn't do
You
that.
just missed the point, fam.
Hey,
I'm not
check
saying
this
you
out.
don't.
Check this
I'm
out.
not saying
Check
you
it
don't.
out. Tom Brady is a fuckboy for this shit. I'm gonna tell you why. Like I said, it hurts everybody else. I know. I don't want to say fact because I ain't heard it with my own ears, but I'm pretty sure him and Robert Kraft gonna take care of dude for the rest of his life.
With the
That's one thing,
organization.
right? So
Within the organization.
he ain't gotta never worry about doing no big deal. Two, the man married to a fucking supermodel that's worth $500 million herself.
Okay.
So when he takes,
is
hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
When he take these pay cuts, you force everybody else to not want more, not ask for what they're worth, because the first thing they're gonna say is that the fucking 6-time Super Bowl winning quarterback don't even ask for more money.
That's
How
true.
you gonna ask for
Yep.
more money?
Yeah, you know
what?
you got where this is what you got with Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, exactly.
They throw it in
Aaron
their
Rodgers
face.
would have got all of his. He would have got all of his, as he should have, and that's why the NFLPA supported. Take this to the NBAPA. When LeBron, Wade, and Bosh took less on that max deal to go down there to Miami,
Yep.
that's why the NBAPA was
They
so
got
mad.
pissed
They
off.
said you hurting everybody else because you're not taking the max in order to build this super team, and you put everybody else at a disadvantage. Because they get the ownership. Always say LeBron didn't pay less. How come you can't take it?
All those players were first round picks. Tom Brady was
Wait,
a 6th round
whoa.
pick. That's the difference.
JaVale, you missed
That's
JaVale.
different.
Hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain something. Hold on, let me explain something, JaVale. Let me explain something to you, bro. Because I think, like, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I think you're just missing the point when it comes to negotiation. Tom Brady is the best quarterback, like in generational talent, like you said. So if I'm a Mile and I had a great couple of years, and now I'm up for a contract, and I got big numbers, gaudy numbers, got a lot of potential, and the market says I deserve upwards of $30 million. and the organization want to offer me like 25, like a hometown discount, right? They can point and be like, well, Tom Brady do it. So do you want to win like Tom, or do you want to get your money and lose? You put that person in a predicament.
I think when it comes to Tom Brady, winning means more.
Bro, but
people want to win.
Hey, and then I'm not saying it's not JaVale. No, wait, JaVale, I'm not done. I'm not done, JaVale. Hold on. I'll let you talk. I'm not done. I understand everybody wants to win, but you gotta stop using that punk ass win narrative when it comes to a violent sport. Pay me my worth. Am I worth it, or do you just want to win? Because if you just want to win, let me go somewhere else. Somebody else gonna pay me. That's what these organizations use. Do you want to win? Yes.
Tom wants to do both.
Tom Brady.
It's different if you want to do both. Tom Brady can take less and still win with the Patriots.
And you know why? JaVale? You know why? Because his wife makes hella money. His wife makes more than everybody in the NFL. That's why.
Okay, I agree with that. That's over the past 6 years. He was taking.
She always made more money than him.
No, he wouldn't. Hey, hold on.
That allows him.
I gotta clean this up.
That allows him to take a cut.
For one, him taking less money is kind of a lie also. What he does is he get his money up front and then don't be on the contract end of it, so it doesn't hurt the cap like that. You see what I'm saying? He's still getting his money. He just ain't getting no 28 and 30 million a year because he'll take a nice signing bonus. You see what I'm saying? And do it that way.
Money.
That way you could do it. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That way it don't hurt.
The best way to get this is Tom Brady's willing to do something quarterback or no other player who is elite at their position is willing to do. So what's wrong with that?
What are you talking about?
Just because he has a nice.
I'm not.
I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave you with this. Check this out. When it comes to quarterbacks, in the history of quarterbacks, and even now, the majority of quarterbacks are what color?
Oh my Jesus!
You gonna piss him off?
Take it out. The majority of if you look at the positions, that's just like. See, the NFL. Listen, hold on. The NFL has done this to players. The NFL.
Your phone cutting out, JaVale. Your phone cutting out.
Will label you. The NFL will label you by position, right? But overuse you. Hold on, let me finish, bro. The NFL will label you by position, right? And then use you like look at Le'Veon Bell. He catch more passes than a whole lot of receivers, right?
If you're good enough, you're gonna make.
That man ain't gonna let you talk.
No, he ain't gonna listen.
I guess the
best way to get this, man. The best way to get this.
One draft pick in the fucking NFL this year is gonna be fucking a 5'8", 200-pound black man. Are you serious? I don't want to hear that shit about the black quarterback don't get chances. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Are you serious? Oh my God!
That boy took that banana to tailpipe move.
Let me make my point real quick. So I think my point would be more clear. Let's say the brother who's arguing with us right now. Make yourself the head of the NFLPA. You said the Players Association. You're responsible for what? Your share of the pie. So when players go into negotiations, the best players at their position, you want them to do what? Max out how much they can get, because that will dictate how much everybody else can get. So if you're the head of the NFLPA and one guy is doing it a different way, that hurts everybody else's ability to earn. This ain't like an argument against Tom Brady, like, oh, he shouldn't do this because of that. No, you shouldn't do that because of labor. And since we're talking about labor, let's say you were working at a steel mill, and one dude was the best dude on the line. And he said, well, man, everybody else, the max is $35 an hour. But you know what? I like my manager. I like this company. I like where, my job is. I'm only going to take $29. Now, should everybody else there say, no, bro, take that extra money so we can push for higher raises, and we ain't going to get what you get, but we're going to get a little bit like, now you see what we're saying? It's a labor argument, not necessarily
not a skill. Yeah, not a skill.
It's about compensation.
Okay, I understand what you're saying all the way, but it's the difference because Tom Brady
No, it's not different.
It's not. JaVale, I don't know what's different, bro.
Put a hard hat on a football player. He's still a label.
I don't know what's different. That made perfect sense right there. That actually.
Let's just no. Let's just go over the past 10 seasons. Cause my man wanted to say it was black and white. Let's just go over the past.
No,
10
that's
seasons.
that's going to take us left. It's going to take us far left.
And go back to the black and white thing.
No,
that's what you gonna do.
We got Cam Newton, right? He is black. Last time I
so
checked, right?
Skip over what I just said and go back to the black and white thing.
He's gonna get to it. He'll get to it. He'll get to it.
We're talking about quarterback who is the highest paid position in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over the past seasons and see how many black quarterbacks have been top 5 picks who've had the opportunity and Tom.
Picks?
Yeah, because that's where the money lies.
No, they not no more. Not when Cam came in. Hey, JaVale, hold on, JaVale.
It is a fact that it's more white quarterbacks than black quarterbacks. I don't care what fucking year.
Hold on, JaVale. Before you start, JaVale.
Because if you look in D1, if you look in Division 1 right now, there are more black quarterbacks starting than white quarterbacks.
JaVale, that's true.
That's a fact.
JaVale, that's true. That's true.
Quarterbacks than there's ever been.
Not overall. Not overall.
Check this out.
Yeah,
hold on. What they do to every last one of them, no matter how great they play in college, they find every reason to try to take them down. He's too short. He's too this. He's too that.
Hey, Rob. Listen. I'm not arguing with you because I just stated the same thing 2 weeks ago when I talked about old boy from Ohio State. I'm not like I'm a black man. I'm not disputing that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you are good enough by the majority standard, you get a chance.
Oh yeah, you get a chance. You get a chance.
I'll put it to you like this. Think about the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know how many white running backs there were back in the day? Okay, so why do we not see as many white running backs now? Because they get filtered out throughout the system as they go forward. Hey, man, you better change positions.
Yep.
Ain't no white running back making it to the NFL. They discourage white players from playing running back and quarterback. Same thing happens at quarterback a lot of times. Now it's changing, and we're getting more black quarterbacks, and they're actually getting a chance. So, yeah, we're seeing a dynamic change, but even within that, you better be a Pro Bowler. You can't be a mediocre black quarterback to start. I promise you that.
Hey,
you won't have that job long.
So here, go ahead, Darren. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet because it's 6:41. I gotta like.
The game don't come on to 9. Shut up. Go ahead.
Listen.
You think they ain't produced another Larry Bird in the past 20 years, but he never got a shot or got switched to tight end or something? Like,
this past football
real.
Go ahead,
this past football season, and Hawk, I'm gonna say this, and you can back me up.
All right.
Okay. Everybody is all on Kyler Murray, and I mean, I hope he goes number 1, 2, 3,
Man,
whatever.
You sugarcoat to get to it.
No, he's the closest thing we've seen. You know what I'm saying? To Russell Wilson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like Russell Wilson, even though he didn't go to Virginia. He's from the state of Virginia, born and bred. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got a liking to Russell.
Man,
Wilson,
will you get to the point? You sugarcoating right now.
Listen. Our boy, and people don't understand this.
Oh, shucks.
Our boy in Virginia.
There you go.
Perkins.
There you go.
Listen.
Go.
Listen.
Go.
Bryce Perkins.
Go.
Bryce Perkins, other than Russell Wilson, had the most passing yards and rushing yards
than Kyler Murray.
Than any other quarterback in Division I last year.
Other than Kyler Murray.
Does anybody think fucking Bryce Perkins? Does anybody on this line right here think Bryce Perkins is a first-round draft pick next year?
No. You know they not.
Bryce Perkins.
You know they not.
Listen, right. Bryce Perkins he was the only quarterback in D1 last season with over 3,000 passing yards and over 800 rushing yards, other
than Kyler Murray. Yes, you said that.
So when you talk about players, this and the third, it's all about opinions, bruh. Because if you want to go to the facts, Bryce Perkins was the second best quarterback in the nation last year, other than Kyler Murray. So it's all about opinion.
Even Bryce would tell you. Bryce wouldn't agree with you. Bryce wouldn't agree with you. Yeah.
First, you tried to say it's a talent thing, and the best talent gonna win out. When it's like, a quarterback is political as hell. That draft who decides on quarterback, their opinions are what trump everything. So the minute they decide that a guy is a one read, can't see the other side of the field guy, they label him with that, and that drops that dude's draft position. And if you're a black quarterback, that happens a lot.
Hey, JaVale.
If Josh Allen was black, would he have been top 10?
I'm sorry?
If Josh Allen was a black dude, would he have been drafted top 10? Probably not. He would have got all of the stigma of black quarterbacks.
He would have got the Lamar Jackson treatment. He would have got the Lamar Jackson treatment. That's what he would have got.
To me, Josh Allen is DeMarcus Russell.
Thank you.
No, he's more like Cam.
Damn. Goddamn. Hey, speaking of Jamarcus Russell, he's the last black quarterback to get paid in the draft. Because when Cam Newton came in, they had the cap. You couldn't get paid like that. It was him and then Sam Bradford and them.
Hold on. I agree with that, but they changed it because of Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was the last quarterback to get paid when he came out of Georgia. That's when they changed it.
They changed it.
Go ahead, G. Goddamn, they're in the hallway.
The veterans, it wasn't fair to the veterans.
The vets did that.
The rookies was coming in getting all this goddamn money.
Yeah.
It wasn't fair to the veterans. That's why they changed it.
Hold on. This is what happened.
Was the last number one overall.
Right. What happened?
Who was it?
Ownership conned the veterans into thinking the moment they got rid of that the money would
go to them.
Veterans.
Yeah.
And what actually happened
they
was
pocketed.
They started cutting veterans earlier, and now teams are overall younger because they keep on late round picks and free agent picks instead of signing veterans to deals. That's why guys' careers are shorter now.
Hey yo,
they want for the okey doke.
Hey yo, what's my motto? Hey yo, y'all done heard me. Y'all done heard me on the show a lot.
Is that a problem? Is it a
problem? Hold on. Listen to this.
Because it was supposedly done because they were going to compensate veterans.
The vets, they started cutting. They started backloading their contracts. They was backloading their contracts. Go ahead.
I got a question, especially not NFL, but when it comes to NBA. When it comes to and hope you and other people that
man, get to the point.
On Twitter. Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Go ahead. We listen.
When it comes to it, like, what's the difference? And when you say, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to IBA boys, when it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying, Justin Anderson and possibly Dre this year, you know what I'm saying, when the pay's out, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference? Before, I mean, we've had the Kobe's and the Kevin Garnett, you know what I'm saying, who came out of high school, and the other players like Tyson Chandler.
Hey, Kev, I got a mute button, but I just don't use it.
Magic and Bird and Michael, who stayed 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? And even after them, your Ray Allen and your look
Tim
at
Duncan.
The UN. Hold on. Yeah, Tim Duncan.
I'm helping you, brother.
UNF. I know. Look at the UNLV squad in 90 and 91, 92.
Yeah.
Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, Greg Anthony.
Yeah.
They all came back. They won this championship as a junior, and they all came back their senior year and lost to Duke the next year.
I don't know if all of them were seniors. I think one of them might have been young.
What point are you getting to?
We'll get to your point, man, because we get what you're saying. Get to your point, though. Get to the haymaker. The difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference. I know what you're getting to.
Because LeBron and Kobe came out of high school, like, the money is still gonna be there.
No.
I've been looking at everything you've been looking at when we talk about our player boys. Yeah. Regardless of what we do tonight.
Yes.
Regardless of what we do tonight. I'm telling you.
All right, JaVale, let me get you. Let me answer you. JaVale. Let me answer you.
Okay.
Corporations, they want younger faces to attract to the younger audience in the NBA. They want young stars
I'm an NBA guy,
so they can milk them longer.
I can get this best for you, bro.
But go ahead, bro, because you're an NBA guy. Go ahead.
the people you were talking about didn't have an option of leaving after 1 year. They had rules in place where you couldn't leave, so they didn't have an option. So later on, when people,
Larry Johnson couldn't have left after he won the national championship. Junior?
Larry Johnson played 2 years of JUCO before transferring there.
Right. Right.
So we're not talking.
Okay, but he won a national championship.
Like, why do you feel like you got to start yelling like in the middle of the court and then act like chill out, bro, chill out, relax. Well, it's not opinion, man. It's the fact that early on, back in the day, you used to have to go to college for a while. Then they put in the one and done rule, so players could go straight from to the NBA. So no, it's not a big deal. Like, put it like this: if you're a junior in college and you're working on your game, you're going to be a late first round or maybe a second round pick. Yeah. The people who hang around longest, it's because they don't have that, that cachet where they can just come out after the first year. But the NBA and NFL are
that's what they want young kids to think.
Man,
that's not fact, though.
Dude,
listen to him.
Hold on.
Yeah,
man.
go ahead.
The reason the NBA has a 2-round draft and the NFL has a 7-round draft is a small finite amount of people who can play in the NBA. It's not like football where it's strong enough and fast enough.
That's the problem. It's the physicality.
Man, you just don't know what you're talking about.
No. If it wasn't the physicality,
you just don't know what you're talking about.
No, because that's, see, you
the NBA,
not every position, though. Not every position.
What are you talking about?
Not every position, though.
Dude, the college game is more physical than the NBA game. You're going to be grabbing and holding and pushing tonight that in the NBA they call foul on.
Tonight going to be a great defense.
If it wasn't the physicality, the high school kids will be able to come out of high school and go right to the NFL.
It's a couple guys that could have did it.
You can't talk about the NBA and NFL in the same way for the reason I just told you.
But how many?
It's a second round NBA draft. But they would cut the last 5 rounds of guys.
But check this out. JaVale, to speak to your point. Hold on, JaVale. JaVale, to speak to your point. Hold on. I just got to make this point because you're going to take too long. Wait. Go, man. I ain't trying to mute you. Go.
You guys don't like to hear facts.
Go.
Most guys who leave college early end up in the fucking D League overseas, not the NBA. That's facts.
Okay.
65%.
But
that's facts.
65%?
I'm sorry.
65?
Yeah. Hey. If you
had to be second round guys then, right?
If you go back and look at the McDonald's All-Americans over the past 10 years, most of them are in the D League or overseas and not on an NBA roster.
Are they getting paid? Are they getting paid, JaVale?
That's not opinion.
Are they getting paid?
Explain to you how hard it is to be in the NBA, which is why there's only a 2-round draft.
So why? So if it's that hard to be in the NBA, why can't the NBA, the NCAA do for basketball what they do for football and say you got to stay in school for 3 years?
Why?
It's the same thing.
Why the hell would they do that?
Why would you try to make somebody stay in school?
Hold on, man. Let me correct something real quick.
Basketball,
when you
basketball is physical.
I don't even like football staying 3 years. I don't like making people stay.
Why not?
I don't like that, bro. I hate that.
You declare before the NBA draft.
Man, I hate that.
The first thing you do is get a draft rate. They go to the NBA team.
Why y'all not listening?
I'm listening to you, bro.
I do.
I'm sorry, you don't.
But the decision should always be with the person who it is, with the athlete. Now the team don't have to take you, but the players should have the right to
before the draft, and that tells them whether they should go back to school or come out or not.
Do you know how many NBA teams tell players in college, "Oh, we're gonna draft you in the first, second round," and them niggas is in the fucking D League or the G League or whatever it is overseas. That's true. That's a fact. Come on, man. That's
matter
a
of
fact.
Hey, the players who go against the grade that they're given before and come out anyway, those are the players who see their coaches.
That's not true.
Hey, JaVale.
Talked about this.
Let me ask you something.
You just don't know what you're talking about.
Let me ask y'all something. JaVale. JaVale, let me ask you.
Hold.
No, JaVale, let me ask. No, I gotta get this out.
Hold on.
I gotta no, dog.
That's not
Just
fact.
wait.
That's
Just
not
wait.
fact.
Wait for my question. I'm gonna let you answer a question. I'm gonna let you answer a question. I'm gonna let you answer a question. You're gonna get the floor anyway. Just chill out, man. So you basically are saying that guys should stay longer. Should have like you can't come out after 3 years. So you want the NCAA to keep exploiting these young athletes with them having no choice now.
I know, right? Yeah.
What's the difference in football and basketball?
I don't even like the football rule.
And
why do I have
less,
to stay a certain amount of years?
But
if I'm ready.
There's less players on the NBA roster.
Why don't I have the option, JaVale?
JaVale,
if I come and be a freshman All-American in Division I basketball and I lead the whole country in rushing, why do I have to stay 2 more years?
And you can't make the NFL, you should stay.
Why do I have to stay hold on, JaVale, listen to me. If I'm dominating a tier of talent, why do I have to stay for 2 more years? Why?
Right. That's Adrian Peterson.
Okay, Adrian Peterson is an anomaly.
No, because I'm glad you said him. Because no, JaVale.
Few NFL players would be able to do.
JaVale, it's few.
Okay,
JaVale.
Hold on.
No, I wasn't done. I wasn't done, bro. Because it takes me to my point to what you said about. It takes me to the point. It takes me to the point what you said about everybody. Like when I talked about guys coming straight from the NBA, and I said it's guys from the NFL. You said it's not that many. You can't name that many NBA guys that were successful coming out of high school. It's the risk you take. I'm not going to tell a dude not to bet on himself, but I'm damn sure not going to tell him he got to stay in the NCAA where he don't even own his likeness. I'd be damn I tell another kid, you need to stay and mature another year on a college level when the NBA game is totally different. I don't understand when people tell guys to stay in college.
The reason why the one and done rule exists is David Stern and the ownership got together and said, look, you're drafting all these guys on potential and what they could possibly be, and you're hurting the league. So we put in this one and done rule. You get to see the guys against so-called elite competition in college and then make a choice. Because Corleone Young and all Shea Cotton and all these guys who came out early who didn't pan out as high schoolers, they were, I guess you could say, watering the league down.
Yeah.
So they put in that 1 year rule to also help the colleges because they like put money in colleges and treat it like they farm system. But yeah, the one and done rule should be gone. It's a ridiculous rule. But
the reason why the one and done rule is not gone because, like you said, like look at the little league that they try to do in football this year, and everybody was like, man, why don't the NFL support it? The reason why they're not supporting these leagues like this because college is free for them. You see what I'm saying? College got the facilities, they covering the insurance, they covering everything to where all you got to do is
non-profit, right? It's a non-profit organization.
Hey, I agree with that, Rock. But the thing is, difference is when Vince McMahon and the XFL come in next year and they get on their game,
they gonna die too.
They gonna
die too,
man.
No, come on, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Football has been monopolized. The NFL when the NFL blew it,
bro, ain't nobody messing with the NFL money.
And they all came together. It made the NFL too big.
Okay, so I understand what y'all saying, but you understand that the CFL is second country to us in Canada, but they have a monopoly, right? So listen to what I'm saying. Before you
I'm not cutting you off.
Say anything else.
I'm not cutting you off.
It's what it is. If you have the right backing and enough money, you can do that because.
Okay. Now let's get to that.
Let him finish.
Hold on. If you listen, I'll let you talk. If you have spring football in America, it is still going to be more profitable than spring football in Canada. And if the XFL gets to the point where they can be more profitable and have more viewership and make more money and have more ads and commercials, the NFL is going to jump on it. The only reason the AFF didn't work is because over the first 8 weeks, the money wasn't what it was. They went to hockey, which is a Canada sport, which the CFL is, And the CFL is the most profitable football organization other than the NFL.
And you know why, though? Do you know why? Because somebody made a great point. Patrick made a great point. If you got the same rules as the NFL, you ain't going to make money. You got to have different rules. CFL has different.
But they did. They did come up with a few different.
The CFL even every country in the world. Every country in the world is dying to have football. You see how the NFL travels to other countries and play, and they pack out them games because people want to be able to come to football. But in America, why would we take some watered down as opposed to
the NFL?
We already got the
NFL. Hold on, no. The NFL goes to Mexico. The NFL goes to Mexico.
I heard you out.
They don't go to other countries. They don't go to.
There you go. Exactly.
They don't go. That's not fact.
He made a great point.
Americans don't believe in second best. We don't support semi-pro sports. That's why all semi-pro leagues that are successful, they do localized leagues in small towns, and those people go out and support them. But they don't try to play in the pig pen with the big boys. Why? Because they're monopolies. They've already squeezed out all of the sponsorship dollars that you can get. Where was the AFL going to get money from as far as sponsors that the NFL hasn't already exhausted?
If the NFL, if they have bigger stars, if the NFL sponsors any,
the XFL and the AFL are all dead. You telling me it ain't true? Why did all those guys die? Why did the ABA?
This ties back into his question about the AB argument. Guess what? If I got a deal with the NFL and I'm being able to be a sponsor with the NFL, I'm not fucking up that money by trying to help out no AFL, IF, no none of that. I'm not pissing them off.
It's not about overall. It's not about overall. No. That's not true. It's not true. It's not about overall.
And they're on prime time.
That's not true.
And then if you want to compete with spring college games, Alabama had 100,000 last year at the spring game. Like you're not gonna compete with them either. So
come on, man. Ain't no damn NFC motherfucking spring game gonna be televised on NBC, ABC, CBS, ESPN. That's bullshit.
Whoa, time out. JaVale.
No, let me get this, Hawk.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. No, let me get this. Because I ain't giving him nowhere to run on here. So if you're the XFL and you want to start a team and you're going to do one in Alabama, let's say Birmingham, and the Alabama spring game is on, the Auburn spring game is on, are you going to be close to rating with them? No. So you're going to get that local TV deal. Are you going to get a national TV?
Hey, did you propose the question to me?
He's not done. It was more coming. It was a bunch of them.
Let me finish off.
Yeah, it's a proposal.
Let me finish off. So since you can't get that local money, so you have to go big, prime time, right? What TV station is going to give you prime time money after seeing the AFL, XFL, and all these other places fail? What sponsors are throwing money to put commercials on your game? Who's giving you those TV slots?
ESPN has Vince McMahon on their website and on they regular on ESPN right now.
Are they giving them prime time games?
Yes, they are. WrestleMania was on the past 2 days.
We ain't talking about WrestleMania.
Hey. I think JaVale. I think you unlocked something. JaVale, you unlocked. Hold on, JaVale, you unlocked something. JaVale, you onto something. I think you onto something, but I think that speaks to what he's saying. So Vince McMahon, yes. Hold on, JaVale. I think that's the difference between
with the NFL for this league that might not survive.
That's the difference between. See, now the ESPN to take Vince money because Vince got deep pockets. But if the NFL, if they threaten to say, "Yo, we ain't gonna give you this spot no more if you keep messing with him," I'm pretty sure they're gonna stay with the NFL though. If they give him an ultimatum, Vince got deep pockets, so he can afford to, shell out the high sponsorship spots for prime time because
them games gonna be on USA and Court TV. Watch
FS1.
Vince McMahon has been around for 40 plus years, man.
Yeah, he got a
That
big
don't mean you
business.
don't get stuff wrong, bro.
It's deep.
Everybody gets stuff
How long
wrong
did his
sometimes. Even
Vince
billionaires, man.
McMahon is $1 billionaire. The NFL got 32 of them.
Yeah, you get stuff wrong sometimes.
And
let's
even
be
the
real,
owner a
remember
damn
the
billionaire
NFL
now.
Where they had to overpay, draft picks to come there
commissioner.
instead of NFL. How much are you gonna give the players to come there instead of the NFL? Because you're gonna want top tier talent. Now how you gonna pay the
Again,
talent?
we're not comparing. We're not comparing the players who going from the NFL to WWE. That's not a comparison. That's not a comparison.
All right,
If
Javale.
the money right, you can get the players. If the money right, you can get the players to not go to the NFL and come to your league.
We've seen that 30 for 30 where Steve Young them said they got in cars and raced to go hurry up and cash that check because whoever was last, that check was gonna bounce.
USFL.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be real.
And they had Donald Trump right there.
And Donald Trump, and nobody likes Donald Trump.
Nobody like Vince McMahon.
Hey, NFL should have let him in.
They don't like Vince
Nobody like Vince
Let
McMahon.
him buy the bill.
Vince McMahon a damn bully. John Cena and them just know he got them big checks, so they tolerate him.
I'm really beginning to think that you guys are
Player haters.
a one way perspective and not the genre of America.
Javale, was I not pissed off the AFL? No.
Not you, Hawk.
You said y'all though. You got to say them.
I'll put it to you like this. If you think monopolies don't matter, you make a phone tomorrow and start competing with Apple and see how that goes. Okay?
Again, how can you start out a business with $100,000 with a business who has $1 billion? That's different.
Exactly. Now you get the point.
That's what we saying.
Now you get the point.
Again, that's different. That's different. So when we talk about
the big dogs eat the little dogs, bro.
When we talk about, okay, I agree with you. So when we talk about Tom Brady, or we talk about Kyler Murray, is a total difference.
Hey yo,
total difference.
Hey Javale,
total difference. I'll tell you like this. And this is where the NFLPA loses every contract negotiation. If you got Drew Brees on one side making $30 million, and you got a backup linebacker making the salary, how the hell they gonna have some solidarity and hold out against the ownership during the negotiation?
Damn.
That's facts.
Because it's all about because as DeMar Smith that because he cares about what player is in a position to make him the most money.
Ooh.
That's what he cares about.
I agree.
Hey, you know what's wrong with the
That's
NFL
what
contract?
he cares
It's what he just said. NFL, the only professional sport that cap you at a position. Baseball don't do it. NBA don't do it. But the NFL cap you at a position. That's where it's division.
Them folks gonna cap you at a position. Them folks gonna label you a tight end, but have you running routes like the number one receiver. They gonna label you a running back, but throw you 100 and some balls.
Yep.
Like, I'm a fucking receiver too. I should get both cut. I should get a contract for both of this.
So Rock, so that brings me back to like the Jimmy Graham situation when he was with the Saints 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
So Jimmy Graham said, hey, I'm a fucking tight end, but I'm lining up in the slot
as a receiver,
or on the outside. I'm a receiver and a tight end. What did the NFL say?
They made his ass
tight
end money. Le'Veon Bell was the same way. Le'Veon Bell catching 80 passes, 80 of them James.
Le'Veon Bell catches more than most number 2 wide receivers in the NFL.
80 passes. I don't care where they at. That's 80.
My question with Le'Veon Bell is, my boy from and he's not my boy, but I'm an ACC fan. But my man from Pittsburgh. I'm not saying he's as good as Le'Veon Bell.
Who? James Conner?
But before he got hurt, he was tight.
He was doing good.
Yeah, he's tight.
He was doing good.
But he wasn't Pro Bowl.
Not even hold on. Not even with the Steelers. But when he was at Pittsburgh,
he's a good player.
Diagnosed with cancer.
He's a good player.
He would have been a top 5 pick in the NFL draft.
He's a good player. Is he better than Le'Veon?
He was in the top 5 pick.
Is he on Le'Veon level?
I didn't say he was.
Well, why? What are we talking about? Well, why are we talking about him then? What is your point?
You don't think he?
Huh?
And if we keep it in the box, his
Okay.
inability to catch the ball cost him the playoff.
If he had not have gotten hurt, with his number,
Well, before he got hurt, he was still healthy.
He was tapering down.
The ball out of the
He couldn't catch like Le'Veon.
Go to that Jacksonville game to end the season where he dropped that wide open pass. Walked into the end zone.
Juju, you fumbled.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. But when
Man,
Juju
it's not like you want. You don't want guys
Juju.
to get paid. You want them to shut up and dribble.
Juju, you fumbled.
Yeah, basically. He ain't the same.
But when Juju drop balls is okay though.
No. Juju fumbled. No. Juju fumbled.
Criticize Juju for that too.
We criticize Juju for fumbling. Not Big Ben though. It was AB fault. He threw an interception.
My man, hold on.
Big Ben said it was his fault.
Would you agree with this, Hawk?
What's up, bro?
Would you agree with this, Hawk? You follow ACC sports more than anybody on this line.
Oh my God!
Was my man the best? Was my man? Was James Conner the best offensive player in the ACC before he got diagnosed with cancer? Yes or no?
Best offensive player. No. Whoa. Time. I don't know if I'm calling the best. No. Wasn't Deshaun still there? Deshaun was in school then. Deshaun,
Deshaun was the best player.
Deshaun was still there.
Yeah,
Deshaun was still there before he got cancer. Deshaun was there.
Oh man,
Come on.
Hold on. Let me see something.
But he did not have a top 5 grade in the draft.
Let me
Go
see
pull
something,
up the
bro.
mocks from 3 years ago and see if you see his name in the top 5.
Let me see.
Hey, Hawk pulling this shit up right there.
I'm gonna pull it up.
He pulling it up right there.
I don't remember that, bro.
I'm gonna pull it up. He had some dope stats that one year before he got.
James Conner was beast, dog.
He had some dope stats that one year.
He won't like how you try to make a city.
He had 1,700 yards. That was 20. So hold on. 2014, he had 1,700 yards. He had 1,700 yards that year.
How many yards he had? Pull up the mock drafts from that year and
Come
see
on,
what anybody had his graded top 5.
1,700 yards. What else you need to hear? 1,700 yards.
Oh, Jameis was still playing. Jameis was still playing then. It was Jameis. Jameis was still the best guy
How
that
many
year.
carries is that? How many carries is that?
So he was behind Jameis Winston in my opinion.
But people
Look at the boy from Boston
they don't
College.
use a top 5 pick.
Oh yeah, the dude from Boston College this year was crazy.
Boston College, he had like 1,800, 2,000 yards. They ran his ass
Where's
like
he at
40,000
right
games.
now?
He got another year. He was a freshman. He was a freshman.
Hey, where is the running back from Boston
He
College?
was a freshman. He's a freshman, bro. He coming back. He was a freshman.
How many yards did Ron
I
James
thought
have?
someone when Connor was Pittsburgh.
Nah, we talking about this year. We talking about this
Cool
year.
out, man.
We talking about this year.
And what does that mean? Virginia had better running backs than that. Boy.
Hold on. Duke Johnson was right behind him with 1652 that year.
Hey, Duke serious.
Connor did have 26 touchdowns, though. God damn. Connor had 26 touchdowns that year. Yeah, I remember that year. He had 26 touchdowns. He was crushing.
Now
Yeah,
pull up the mock draft from
Come
that
on,
year
man.
and see if he
Mock
was
draft,
see if he had a
2014.
first round grade.
All right.
Pull that up.
James
hold on.
Conner was a beast, man.
Let me pull that
Yeah,
up.
being
Right
a
quick.
beast in the
That's a great
ACC
question,
is not
Javale.
being
This
a
a great question right here. I like that. Because
Yeah,
Connor
that
was a
wasn't
beast
even
that
football,
year.
man.
He
People
was
put
a
up
beast
numbers
that
every year. There's a lot of that.
Hey, James Conner was a beast when he was at Pittsburgh, man. He was a beast.
Oh, he
Okay.
was. But Pittsburgh always has a pretty decent running game.
It's not. It can't be always.
I gotta look up
It can't be
2015
always
mock
when
draft.
you go from conference to conference. They move from the Big East to the
Okay,
ACC
so you wanna go-
to the
you
Big
wanna go-
12. It's different.
What did
It's different.
ACC do with the SEC? What did ACC do compared to the SEC then?
I know my
understand what you're saying.
I know my Cavaliers.
I know you fuck y'all up
all
every
the
year.
Tigers every time.
Oh,
we
and
play
you mean as
football,
far as getting guys
basketball.
drafted? Yeah, y'all beat us and get drafted. That shouldn't be an argument.
Yeah, I mean, we
They beat us
talking
and get
about
drafted.
overall,
Y'all
bro.
definitely do that.
We ain't talking about.
I mean, Alabama alone be killing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't nobody gonna ever compete with the South on that. They got too many people. Ain't nobody
When Hawk makes something he makes a statement, it's dead to right.
Hey man, stop, man. Stop making. Hey, stop Juju. Hey, don't do me like that, Juju. The hell with you.
No, I'm just saying. Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I'm a year younger.
I'm getting in front of the computer now, so I'm finna see if you lying or not.
Yeah, he had 26 touchdowns. He had 26 touchdowns.
I'm finna look it up.
But then he won in the mock draft. He had 26.
He had a top 5 grade.
Oh no, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
With no top 5 grade.
That's the year Girl and them came out. That's the year Girl and them came out.
You talking about a man from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I don't think he had a top 5 grade.
Yeah, I mean, I may have been exaggerating.
He exaggerated. He knew that. He embellished.
He was a bit. Hey, I tell you what, he was the best running back in the ACC for 2 years. He was the best running back, bro. Come on, don't do.
Yeah, he won in the top 10. Cause Duke, hey, let me tell you who was. Duke Johnson was, but Connor wasn't. He may have been diagnosed right at the end of the year, but he won in the top 10
with the cancer situation.
He won in the top 10. That was when Melvin Gordon and all them. Melvin Gordon, Tevin Coleman, Jay Ajayi, Amir Abdullah, TJ Yeldon, David Johnson, Todd Gurley was number 1.
So we talking about the 6th best running back in this class. And this man said top 5 grade. Come on, bro.
And he's the best running back out of all of them right now.
Oh. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He ain't.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Stop, JaVale. Stop. Come on, Skip.
I just like reaction.
Skip. Come on, Skip.
Oh, you trolling, bro. Oh, yeah, you trolling, bro.
Hey, who had a better season than him last year?
Melvin Gordon.
Todd Gurley. Melvin Gordon.
Or Melvin Gordon. Other than Melvin Gordon.
Todd Gurley.
Okay, first is who? Then when you tell him who, you say, okay, well, name another one. Look, man.
Oh. No. I forgot about Todd Gurley.
Yeah,
but my point is, he's still top. He's still top notch.
He ain't even in a draft class no more, though.
He's an adequate running back.
He ain't even in a draft class.
Le'Veon Bell is top.
Nice. Hey, yo, JaVale, he had nice backup. I bet you they draft a running back. I bet you they draft a running back.
The first year?
Yeah, you tripping.
Yeah. He talking about the first year, bro. That's what we doing?
So you don't think what he did last year was top notch?
Nope.
No.
In what way?
Hey, it was Echo too.
And to be honest, when the Steelers went in the Le'Veon Bell,
he missed the past 5 minutes. He missed
when that offensive line.
He missed the last 5 minutes game.
That's his fault.
Kind of suckers
Man, he had 1,100 yards. He had 973 yards rushing. 973 yards rushing. Get him out of here, coach.
And how many games he missed, Hawk?
3.
He missed
3
games.
He missed 3 games. He played 13.
At the end of the season.
He played 13 games. I'm looking at it. 13 games, 215 carries, 973 yards, 12 touchdowns. Then he had 55 catches.
That's nice.
Hey, you're supposed to be an ACC advocate.
I am, but you ain't gonna diss Le'Veon. I'm not gonna get killed by Le'Veon on social media because of you. I'm Le'Veon's friend. I got his back.
No.
If I say Connor did well, that's a shot to Le'Veon.
No. If I said overall back, my apologies. I said the youngest backs. I'm talking about. So he better than Zeke. The 3 or 4 backs.
Saquon.
Rookies.
No, man. Stop.
McCaffrey. Todd Gurley. Them all young backs.
Put it like this. If you spend a 3rd round pick on James Conner, you happy. That's a nice running back that can get you to where you get a superstar later, or he can kind of carry the load for the time being. But no, he's not a Pro Bowler or a great running back. But a 3rd round pick on him, that 3rd round pick paying out.
So JaVale, name your top 5 young running backs.
Top 5 young running backs?
4 years or less, 3 years or less, whatever want to fit your narrative. Because Connor been in the league 2 years. He been in the league 2 years.
The Dallas Cowboys.
No, I would say Saquon. And I'm a Redskin fan, so whoever don't know I'm a Redskin fan, I'm a Redskin fan.
Man, get to the shits. Go.
I think Saquon, Zeke, my man,
Christian
McCaffrey. My man on McCaffrey.
My boy
my
from
man
the
on
Saints.
The Rams.
Yep, Todd Gurley.
And
And the same.
David Johnson.
My man on the
David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Joe Mixon.
Fuck David Johnson. Fuck David Johnson.
David Johnson better than him, bro. Yeah, I'm serious. David Johnson better.
Hold on. The fact that you didn't say Alvin Kamara or Nick Chubb yet.
I said my man.
He said Kamara. He said Kamara. He said Alvin Kamara. He said Alvin
You're not
Kamara.
listening, bro. Hey, Rock. I said my man on the same.
Tevin Coleman.
Dalvin Cook better.
No, Dalvin Cook has been hurt.
Kareem Hunt better.
Hold on. No.
Kareem
Dalvin Cook has been hurt. Dalvin Cook has been hurt.
Kareem Hunt.
You can't say that.
If you go strictly by talent and skill set, who's the better running back?
It's Dalvin Cook, no question.
But did you listen? Did you listen?
Did y'all listen?
I gave you 5.
Y'all don't listen.
You gave us 5, and I added on 4 more to show you he ain't even top 10. And you can't perform.
That's my Rex last.
Dalvin Cook is nice, but just because he's from Florida State.
Take Dalvin Cook out. Sony Michel.
Okay.
Call the Patriots and try to trade James Conner.
Ooh, Sony Michel.
I didn't say that. And Sony Michel was hurt for most of the season.
And
That's
still
one
better.
season.
And if you call the Patriots, you ain't getting them. James Conner only got
I
one
didn't
season.
say I'm not Bill Belichick, bro. You asked me my top 5.
Yeah, we asked him though. We asked him for
I
his.
told you.
Hey, Sony Michel had 931 yards in 8 games started. He had 931 yards in 13 games. So he had just many yards.
Yeah. Ain't no question.
I like Sony Michel, huh? I'm not saying he's a. I like him.
With the Patriots, though.
Let me keep it a buck with you.
Like 100
less
less.
He's actually in.
Don't forget about Kareem Hunt.
I give you the tier guys he's actually in. Jordan Howard, who just went to Philly, and Chris Carson. That's the type of guy he is. He's an adequate, nice back, but he ain't no star. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, can I ask you all a question?
Get him, JaVale.
Can I ask you all a question as a Redskin fan?
Get him, JaVale.
You
better not say y'all heard running back.
Seen him playing. No. Yeah. I'm going to. I want an opinion. I'm not gonna say he's this, that, or the third. You know what I'm saying? However, if you look at what a boy out of LSU had done in college,
don't you do it. Don't you do something
numbers,
like that. Don't you do it.
Hold. I'm just asking the question. His numbers in college were better than Leonard Fournette's.
He's not better than Fournette.
His numbers were. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact.
They were?
We ain't talking about numbers in college.
They were better
than Fournette.
They were better than Fournette's
numbers? They were much better. They were much better.
Nice.
Look them up, Hawk.
Okay, I will. Hold on. Go
ahead. They were much better.
I think he's a better all around because he can catch. And you really can.
Oh, man.
On that game.
Like this.
And that cannot catch. We see it.
Hey,
he's a great runner.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And he cannot. With the new NFL.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But the Jaguars don't even want Leonard Fournette right now. They want to trade him.
Y'all cold, man. No, man, last year he had hamstring injuries. He missed 10 games. Leonard Fournette is still a beast, man. So I said
it.
He's a beast.
They can't catch.
Hey, time out. I got the stats up. Hold on, JaVale. Leonard Fournette had 1,953 yards rushing in the season for LSU. Guys never did that.
Leonard Fournette played longer at LSU.
What? I'm saying in one season, though. In one season. His sophomore year, he had 1,900 yards rushing.
No. I understand. I understand if you're doing single season. I'm talking about career.
Okay, Leonard Fournette had 1,034 his first year. Hold on. Yeah, goddamn, you done. I mean, guys say stay for 2 years. I mean, he played 2 years, played.
That's right.
But Leonard Fournette started 3 years.
So when you tell me about kids leaving early because they just at the third, right? Gates had a better career in a shorter period of time.
He did not. He didn't, dog. You lying.
Hey, I gotta go soon. Let's get these predictions going, bro. Let's get these predictions going.
Hey, we gotta hurry up because I gotta go. I gotta leave for the game. I gotta leave for the
Look at
game.
Alvin Kamara's career and look at Alvin Kamara as an NFL player. Like looking at somebody.
Alvin Kamara. Half of y'all niggas don't even know Alvin Kamara started in fucking Tennessee before he went to Alabama.
I'll do another one.
Half of y'all don't even know that.
Who cares? I know he in New Orleans. I know he in New Orleans balling. I know that much.
Philip Lindsay.
Yeah,
Philip Lindsay didn't have a great college
Colorado
career.
State.
He was a better NFL player than he
Yep.
was in college.
Colorado State.
So I mean, college career ain't got nothing to do with this conversation, man.
Come on,
A lot of
Thurman
them ball
Thomas.
out in college.
Come on, Thurman Thomas. Sleep at the draft.
Matt Brady and San Fran better than that dude.
Ooh.
Matt
You know,
Brady's better than
Hey,
that.
look, we're gonna have to wrap this up because I gotta get ready to do some pleasantries for the Wahoo National Championship game. I know we're 2 hours away, but we get ready right now. So I ain't gonna do no damn predictions because Darren about to get real disrespectful. So I'm gonna let y'all give y'all shouts out. Definitely be my dog Vaughn for calling. It's been a minute since he called in. So he you know, he went at JaVale. We had a new adversary for JaVale. It made the show legendary. I definitely appreciate Vaughn calling in. It's been a minute since Vaughn called in. God damn.
Hey, Big Tom, shout out to y'all. Y'all always do a good show. The only thing I'm gonna say to homeboy is, since you're a Redskins fan, tell the truth. If your boy Connor went to the Redskins camp, he couldn't beat out old man Peterson right now.
Oh, damn, he dropped the mic. He dropped the mic on you, JaVale. You sucker. To this day.
Hey, I mean, I respect your opinion, man, but Adrian Peterson still put up over 1,000 yards
Yes,
last
he did.
season, so,
And he served me shut the hell up juice, too.
You know what I'm saying? So you can say what you want to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
And I'm a Redskin fan, but more than anything, I'm a UVA fan, an ACC fan. So what Adrian Peterson did last year, I respect that. But
Hey,
at the same token,
Uh-huh.
I don't feel that Adrian Peterson may even make the Redskins roster this year.
Oh, man, cut his damn mic off. Cut his damn mic off.
Damn.
I'm about to hang up on him for disrespecting
Hey,
No, you ain't talking. Don't talk no more.
years old.
Redskin fans, y'all hear this? He gonna get cut. Now he gonna get cut. He get 1,000 yards showing you he can still get it done. Now he gonna get cut.
He 34 years old, man.
He just ran for 1,000.
That's not Garrett. So what?
Emmitt Smith did it at 40. It's possible.
We had a banged up backfield and a banged up offensive line.
And he got you 1,000.
He did great last season.
With a banged up offensive line.
So why did anybody else sign him? Why was he on the Redskins?
Because he loyal to y'all.
2K.
He loyal to y'all. To a fault. He shouldn't have been. But y'all go ahead. We got like 2 minutes. Go ahead. Go.
Hey, listen. So, congratulations, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of y'all. But I don't think the ref's going to save y'all this game, bro. Tech going to blow y'all out by 20. Tech going to blow y'all out by 20. Y'all be getting saved too much. And you can document this. I'm just telling you what's going to happen, bro.
You really don't mean that.
Tell you what's going to happen.
You really don't.
That ain't gonna be the first dude I ever hang up on in my life on this show. Disrespectful. If your number didn't have 757 in the beginning, I would have been hung up on your ass, Darren. You can't do that. Don't do that.
It don't come from a bad place.
Skip.
I just think y'all hit y'all.
Skip.
Y'all did good.
Skip.
You know what I'm saying?
Skip.
But you know,
He just said respectfully y'all trash.
Exactly. A backhanded compliment.
Hey, Darian. You live in the Ville?
Nah.
Say what?
He don't stand in the
You
Ville.
live in the Ville? I'm on my way up 29 right now. I'm coming to South.
And he drive a big truck too. He drive a big truck.
Oh no, I'm still in the 757.
He drive a tractor trailer truck. He hauling merchandise to your house.
Otherwise, I'll be over there.
Hey, well, watch this. Hey, D. I tell you what. I've been waiting on this night for 35 years. It's about to be parties, Liv.
Hey, Rock, what you got to say? Let Rock speak because I'm about to hang up because I got to leave because I'm about to celebrate now before the game come on. Wifey looking at me.
I mean, man,
and Rock know my wife don't play.
You better have a live too.
I look forward to seeing this game, man. A good defensive game, and I'm kind of rooting for Virginia to come up 1,000. But I think people wouldn't be on y'all so tough if y'all just say, "Hey, man, the man double dribble," but we thank you for his
Hey man, you know what, Rock? You ain't worth it. You Juju Smith Schuster right now too. All y'all some damn Jujus that disrespect us. The hell with your juju. Goddammit. Sick of this.
Hey, Rob, what I tell you in the beginning of the podcast, I said, look, he tried to get his off so he could go pay the rest now. Hey man, so
and on that note, I'm hanging up on everybody. On that note, I hung up on everybody. They're getting too out of pocket. Darian, you get too out of pocket. I got to go. I ain't paid no refs. Rock, I don't know what Darian did to you, but he got you going against the Who's. Shout out to the Who's. Good luck to y'all tonight. I ain't playing. I ain't paying either. I ain't paying no refs. We went fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. We did a 2-hour special today before the show. Salute. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the Who's tonight. Texas Tech fans, enjoy the game too. We out of here. Good's the enemy of great. Be great in everything that you do. Make sure you go to sthujuice.com.
Using BlogTalk Radio. Goodbye.
Even the lady cut me off. I'm out. Wife then called the lady. Said, get them the hell off the line. Off the line. Calling me down. I'll holler at y'all.